And now we talk about matter and motion. When we talk about matter and motion, it signifies a lot in mathematics. Well, we'll have the first topic of the discussion on matter, and as we talk about matter, we talk about dynamics is here considered as a branch of pure mathematics. Next, matter is not employed by space. Next, matter is a substance if we consider it so. Well, the relations of matter to space and time. Next, we talk about the definition of matter in terms of logical constants. So we move ahead and talk about the definition of change. Well, this is where we are moving from matter to motion. I don't say that we have got all the details that we need to have on matter, but just to give you an idea on it, we move from matter to motion. We'll give you more details as well. As we talk on the topic of motion, we talk about the definition of change. We talk about there is no such thing as a state of change. Then we'll talk about change involves existence. Next, we talk about occupation of a place at a time. Next, we talk about definition of a motion. Next, we talk about there is no state of motion. And we keep on talking, and we reach to another topic which is called causality. With causality, we first of all describe the theory of dynamics. Then we talk about causation of particulars by particulars. Next, we'll talk about cause and effects are not temporally contiguous. So we talk about causality, we talk about cause and effect, and now we move on. Is there any causation of particulars by particulars? And then we move ahead to the generalized form of causality. Our next topic is that of definition of a dynamical world. When we discuss dynamical world, we in fact talk about kinematical motions, and then we talk about kinetic motions. So we talk about kinematical motions and kinetic motions when we reach up to this topic. Then we'll talk about the Newton's laws of motion. This is where we'll have the topics of force and acceleration, which are fictions. Then we talk about the law of inertia. Then we'll talk about the second law of motion by Newton. And then we'll move to the third law of motion by Newton. We'll summarize Newtonian principles. And then we'll talk about the causality in dynamics. And we'll move on to accelerations as caused by the particulars. And then we'll talk about no part of the laws of motion is a priori truth.